Hello everyone, it's Mary here, and I am ready to talk about the 8-year-old that I met that is extreme intuitive, extreme medium. So it just took me some time to absorb it, take notes, watch what I say because I don't want to give out any names. I had a wonderful connection with this girl. So the girl and the mother came to my house, and when she walked in the door, I went, whoa, this girl is like a waterfall coming at me. When I have certain degrees of water around people, it might happen when they're sitting at the table, it tells me about their intuitiveness. But she was throwing such a fountain at me of water, waterfall coming at me. I knew she had to be a Cancerian. So and she had such a beautiful glow around her. It was beautiful. And her mom is highly intuitive as well. Okay. So the story goes, they sat down and I just was drawn to her. And I did say to her, you know, your water sign. And she goes, yes. And she was born on July 1st. I said, whoa, that's why. I am born on July 6th. The connection, I explained to her what the waterfall means, etc. Very open, very accepting of her natural abilities that she's had for a long time. So to chat with her and, you know, to get her relaxed, we just started with basic questions. I could see it. It was, I mean, she's so highly in tune and developed, but she's in acceptance of it. She has parents who are acceptant of what her gifts are, allowing her to develop. And I offered to work with her as she goes through different phases. Any questions, the mom just gets a hold of me. I also told her as well about judgment from others that don't understand what you're all about. So they're, they may have negative comments. So, it's just how she's going to talk about it, etc. Around her friends, etc. Because she is going to start picking up energies and feelings from people around her, more so than what she does now. So it all came about talking with her mom, and this young person has such an open and accepted mind, no fear, no nothing. And I feel like she's not going to come to that point where she, we get to that point, we go through a growth thing and we forget about it. No, she's already 8 years old. It is strong and as open and pure as anything. Walking home from school, she's walked home by her grandparents that have passed on. She has other senses. Now, we were talking about, one thing I wanted to clear for her was, she was, yes, in that phase. And I felt like I was talking to me at 8 years old, scared of the dark. But I told her that, like sometimes, yeah, have a nightlight, that's great. But to know that what she senses and feeling are her loved ones around her. It's not like on TV. It's not the paranormal stuff. No, it's her loved ones. Letting her know that she's with her. Those little shadows that she sees, through her side vision or directly are loved ones. Because sometimes they do appear in shadow form. And other times they're with her. She sees them completely in her mind. She was such an open person. And like I said, when I was talking with her, it was like we were meant to meet. She was me. Because what she's going through and went through is what I went through. The only thing with me was due to back in the, the 60s. You weren't allowed to talk about stuff like that. It was taboo. Now it's more open and expressive, and she has a highly intuitive mom who is just loving her development and is in total acceptance of keeping, and her family, of keeping it going. And I said to her, it's a gift given to you. You might not understand it at 8 years old. I sometimes don't understand it, and I'm 63. But she has a beautiful journey ahead of her. And I gave her a piece of raw amethyst. I'm Cancerian. Amethyst helps me communicate, clear the mind, etc. So I gave her my big piece of amethyst and just asked her, to keep it by her bed. It's not like she needs to, like we do. Some of us, have stones all in our bras. No, I just asked her to keep it by her bed. That's her safety, that's security, and she had a big piece. Like, this was my little piece that I wear when I'm doing reads, and I gave her a nice piece that she could have by her. So it was to get her, the meeting was about to get to know what she sees, she does, what she feels, she does, what she senses and hears, and she does all that. But it's to understand, for her to understand, not to fear it, and to accept it. And I believe by the end, she was very open about it. She knew where I came from, her at her age, and so highly intelligent, and got this open-minded. So she is definitely a source to, in the future, to find some field spiritually to help others, along with a career, obviously, or maybe some way this will be a career. You feel you're in the presence of, like, I was in the presence of an energy in this 8-year-old little girl that I've never experienced before. I can't even describe. It took me a couple of days just to think about it, jot down notes. This was divine timing meant to happen. For the mom to contact me, for her, she was ready for it, and she's only 8 years old. Wise before her years, I gotta tell you, she's got that old soul, lived many lives before, personality, and even with like her interests that she have recreationally, it's all part of everything that she does. She is, I got her mom like to pick her up some type of a journal where she can just write down what she's sensing, feeling when it happens, especially her dreams that are really going to open up now. But I wanted to give her no fear. I wanted to give her the full confidence to keep going forward with it, and to know that it's her loved ones that are around her, that it's acceptance. And yes, if you want the nightlight on, that's fine. I got a nightlight on here. Okay, when I go to bed. But if anything occurs with her that's out of the ordinary, or she needs questions, I just come and talk to me, and you'll get the insight and direction, because she's going to have a lot of questions. She's going to go from stages to stages, even though she's way up there with what she does. It's in stages. Okay, usually around like 12, you go, 12, 13, the junior high years, the senior high years. But I feel like she's not going to lose it. Life will get in the way and direct her, but I feel like she will always have this. So right now, the meeting was just about understanding where she's coming from and getting her fears out of the way. Okay, that they are loved ones, ancestors, coming to her because she is acceptance and open-minded to receive from them. I can't wait to watch this young, intelligent, so highly intuitive young lady who has a shot, not to be shut down like most of us going back due to whatever our beliefs were, or family beliefs. No, she has an open door, and I'm looking forward to her growth and working with her. It was just an amazing experience. I just can't, the energy, every time I think of her, I think of, wow, here is someone who has a shot at such a young age to connect with the spiritual realm, to talk with her grandmother and grandfather who's walking her home, or when she's out walking and they're there, and she knows, and she does talk to them all the time. So, and she hears, she has that ability to receive from them. So right now it's with her immediate family that have passed on, that she's connecting with. And as she grows and be around people outside, I told her not to be afraid of what you're hearing, a name you might hear, etc. And that's just next part of the growth with it. I will contact her mom like in a week just to see how she felt about it and how she's doing, and how she's journaling. And she will have quite the journal in a lifetime, that's for sure. I know I have many. It's one way to release and keep track of your growth and what you're sensing and feeling and who you're connecting with. So again, I just wanted to put this out there that, this young lady at 8 years old is extremely spiritually connected to the spiritual realm. Not afraid of it. Right now it's her relatives. But I have a funny feeling that she left more confidently with some better insight and some things that an 8-year-old will face, and things that I gave her to work on that isn't too complicated for an 8-year-old. Again, she's highly intelligent. So I enjoyed being in her presence. Divine timing, like there's no doubt about it. This was meant to happen on that day. I the minute I seen her, and the fact we're years apart, but she's July 1st, and I felt that. And when I said July 6th, she just kind of looked up with the connection, and then she opened up and she relaxed and expressed an amazing energy, an amazing spirit. She is an old soul. She has different lifetimes, but this time it's going to work out in her lifetime. She is the one to break and create molds. Okay, she's taking something further at such a young age that I think past lives couldn't do. And this is her. This is her. I don't want to go into details about the reading itself, because I never expressed those. But basically, I just took notes on what I felt about her, how strong she is, and her capabilities are full out there for an 8-year-old. So anyway, thank you for listening. I know y'all guys all wanted an update. And, as she reaches out, I will definitely update a little bit more. But there's one powerful medium out there, so highly intuitive and only 8 years old, and an acceptance of what she has been giving and not fearing it. And I wanted to make sure that she does not fear it. And when you have supportive parents and family and believe in her, it's only going to make her more stronger in her connection to the spiritual realm. Again, right now it's just relatives that have passed, but she will open up most definitely. I was very honored to meet her. I said, I have to hug you. I'm so honored to meet someone who sat there, and I heard her, and I heard me and her at 8 years old. And my life with it was much different. Due to, religious beliefs at that time, back in the 60s, late 60s. But with her now, and it's such an open belief, spirituality, boy, she's going to run with it, and she's going to be just amazing. We'll be watching her, and I'm sure she will really surprise all of us with what she does as she gets older. So anyway, blessings to you all. Thanks for listening, and I'll keep you posted. Have a good evening, and Happy New Year.